Welcome to Late Breakfast. I'm Taurian B.
I'm First Klass Regg.
What's up, guys? How was your summer? Reg, how was your summer, man?
My summer was great. I just celebrated my birthday. Turned
birthday.
35.
Birthday,
35
man.
is good so far. I'm up there with you now.
Oh, you had to go there, huh?
I mean, yeah, you know.
Had to go there, huh?
You know, so, but no, this summer has been great. You know, under the circumstances, I found ways to have a really good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we got our usual suspect in the building, Aviles.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's
Looking
good, man?
I'm trying, you know.
So, guys, we took a little summer break. We were going hard throughout the whole quarantine, dropping Rap and Order episodes, dropping Late Breakfast episodes, Pop-Tarts. And we back. We missed y'all. And I think we came back at the perfect time because we gotta talk about this madman named Kanye West.
Nice shirt.
Thank you. Have you listened to Donda?
I have.
What's your thoughts on it?
It's a lot to digest. 27 tracks.
Yeah.
Or 24. I don't want to get that wrong.
27 tracks.
27 tracks, with the latter half being just part 2 sequels to what was already in the album. I think Kanye, I like that we didn't get too much of Kanye as far as like speaking out and to promote this album. Everybody did the promotion for him.
Yeah.
But going into this album, obviously, with the name carries a lot of meaning with it being named after his mom. But this album doesn't, from what I've been gathering, doesn't do much for women. I think he only talks about his mom, and then he has the representation of Marilyn Manson on there, the baby. Kind of takes away from the wholesome message of it being this album that, packs a lot of emotion behind it and a lot of meaning behind it.
Okay. So did you read the Pitchfork article today?
No, I didn't see that.
Damn, I thought I put that in the group chat. You probably was ignoring me. So basically, this Pitchfork gave him 0 out of 5.
Was that Pitchfork or Guardian?
That was Guardian.
Okay,
but
so I saw that.
So Pitchfork dragged the shit out of him. Basically, they said that this was that Kanye West is basically gaslighting his fans and women, and that how typical some men, or as women like to call them fuckboys, they kind of like say, oh, I wasn't hugged enough as a child, or I miss my mom. Like pretty much like for a decade now, the excuse for Kanye has been my mom died, so this is why I'm acting out, or this is why I'm erratic, or why I'm doing this, right? So in the article, she's basically just like ripping into him, saying like, yo, like you're a shell of yourself, like you're not even like trying, and this is like bullshit, and everything for you is just like a grandstand or something that you're just trying to do, right? And that's just me like really not trying to tell you like the meat of it. Like it was a very profound and well written article, but my thing is that I just think that we've watched Kanye live long enough to become the villain, like truly. Like a lot of people thought it was a Taylor Swift thing. A lot of people thought it was when he hugged Trump, but like I think now it's to the point where Kanye is suffering from like what like Michael Jackson suffered from. When I say that, like he lives in his own world, and he genuinely thinks that like he can do things because, or like how like O.J. Simpson said, "But I'm O.J., I'm not black." Like I think Kanye really thinks like he can do things and like it's okay because it's him. Like standing next to like, so for me personally, obviously I think the baby has a lot of like work to do and things that like he needs to do, and like apologizing and like learning and unlearning. But I'm like, all right, cool. Like the baby, smack him on the hand, like teach him a lesson, take him a couple tours away. Like, he'll bounce back. Marilyn Manson, him standing next to Marilyn Manson is a huge issue because, I believe that the young lady's name is Amber Heard. Like she went before like a Supreme Court and like detailed how he tortured her and like kidnapped her and like manipulated her for like years.
There's 15 women accusing him, I believe it is.
Right.
Yeah, I think
so.
It is 15.
Him standing next to him, and I'm pretty sure that somebody had to be like, "Yo, I don't know about this," and like him just being arrogant enough to be like, "Well, nah, I need to be like all of like everybody lives in the glass house," which is true, right? But I think he kind of like took it too far with his arrogance of as far as like he's Kanye West. There's no reason for him to record a song with Marilyn Manson now. Mm-hmm. I understand that, you know, DMX has like the Omen series with Marilyn Manson, but I think that if someone would have like pulled X to the side, like, yo, X, you really can't complete the series.
But those weren't known allegations from X's part though. Back then.
No. I'm just saying, like, let's say like if X wanted to finish, because remember they were asking him, are you going to continue the series of?
Oh yeah.
And X was like, yeah, I'm open to it, but that was before like the allegations came out.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, if someone's, I think X would have stepped up. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
So I just think that for Kanye, he looks at it like all press is good press, and that's a very like Hollywood entertainment kind of thing or whatever like that. And I think that's like where he's messing up as far as what just happened with this. Like, obviously Kanye hasn't really given an interview. He hasn't gone on a rant, but what he's doing still speaking volumes and is turning a lot of people off. And on the car ride up here with Danny, like, especially women. Yeah. Like, especially women. And like, they feel like, yo, you named this album after your mom. Mm-hmm. And this is like, people, I don't even think people are like recognizing, like, the album doesn't suck. Like, the album's not bad. It's just the fact that like the things that he's doing around his actions are turning people off so much. They're just like, fuck this album. Yeah. And that's like something where I'm like, I can't even, and you know, I'm a Kanye West. I always try to like hang on strong and like defend him, but you can't, it's certain things that you can like try to be like, oh, you know, he's an artist, you know, but it's like, and then there's certain
only
things
so much you can defend.
Only so much you can defend, because it's like, where's your moral standards, bro? Like, you got 2 daughters. Yeah. You know, like you got 2 daughters. You've rapped about in the past having a gay cousin that you love and you don't want them to feel singled out. Mm-hmm. But here you go, you know, standing with 2 men, and then the rumor that he tried to get Donald Trump to come to the last show in Chicago.
Oh, I didn't hear about that either.
So, like, a lot of people are upset, and that's like a rumor. Nobody's confirmed that, but it's just like the fact that that's even like out there, you know? I just think it sucks that he's not even allowing himself to like get grace or get understanding from people. Like, for me, he's the artist of our generation, and pretty much right now we're just watching him crash and burn. And I hate the fact that like he put out an album that is not he put out an album and it's not even being appreciated for the music. It's for everything that went
all
around
the antics around it.
All the antics.
But that's his. I kind of feel like that's been his MO for several albums. I've been very outspoken. I don't fuck with Kanye. I don't go out of my way to listen to Kanye albums since when they dropped, since Yeezus. I did not like Yeezus when it first dropped. I've come to actually really enjoy Yeezus throughout the years, but I don't really like or care for anything he's dropped since. I will check out when he produces for other people. That's something I still have a care for, but there's so much that comes with Kanye, that comes with a Kanye album from, I hate his rollouts. His rollouts turn me off. Taxing. It's so tacky. It makes him look crazy and out of touch. And when you bring up the whole, the Michael Jackson thing, I really do get it now, because I kind of feel like we've allowed celebrities to, we put celebrities on a pedestal. That they feel so untouchable. But the fact is, the same way we get imposter syndrome as average citizens, they get the same thing because they see motherfuckers praising them on Instagram and Twitter 100 million times a day. So when you have all these people telling you you're right, it drowns out a lot of the people who tell you you're wrong.
Exactly.
You know, and I feel like we've given him this cushion. Hold on, let me finish.
I just don't want to lose this point. I'm sorry to cut you off. But I think it goes even beyond Twitter and Instagram, the people that step in, because I think they actually have people in their lives that are yes men. So it goes far beyond just what they see on social media.
Yes, but I feel like that's always been a thing with celebrities. Yeah. There's always going to be yes men around them. It's the level of when you reach a certain level of stardom, though, because somebody who else that really strikes me as out of touch with reality, but because he doesn't pull the same antics before an album drops, it doesn't give me the same distaste or disdain for him when the actual music drops. And that's Lil Wayne. Well, I don't agree with most of Wayne's shit outside of music. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, Wayne doesn't give me fucking 3 listening parties to not release an album. And then it really does seem like you're really holding out for this Drake beef. And realistically, your label doesn't want that. Stay away from that shit. You've looked crazy because of this Drake beef, because of your marriage and publicly falling apart, because of all these little things. Just put out an album. Let the music speak for itself for once.
And that's what I really, really thought that this would be. I thought
that, me too,
because we weren't hearing from him.
Exactly.
So like,
I even said it in group chat.
Yeah.
I'm on record as really hating all Kanye rollouts. I was like, yo, this may be the first Kanye rollout I don't hate, and I actually will listen to the album. He does one listening part. He doesn't really. I'm like, all right, here we go again. Then there's the whole, he rented out the arena. He's doing push-ups. He's cutting fucking people's hair. He's weight
that
training.
Wasn't him in that photo.
But still, it's like, all that shit is just too much.
Let me ask you this. Because I do feel like, from the looks of it, I feel like when he goes on tour, we'll understand what he was doing more. Because let me flip it. The cool thing is that we actually got to see an album go through the process of being made and like build and him probably lay out the groundwork for what his tour is going to be like, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I think that he's going to do, because we also know that Kanye is a visual artist. So I understand that it's frustrating. I think if he never said a release date, he just said, yo, I want to have an album listening party. If he didn't say the album's coming out on this date, I think that we would have taken it in completely different. And I think that Kanye is just indecisive, and it's annoying because he's releasing an album. But I think he's like, nah, you know what? I want to add a drum here. And then also the difference is that with streaming, you can literally, like we found out with Life of Pablo, you can update a record every day and change the drum. I don't even know what version of Life of Pablo I have, right? And then it's funny because I have 3 different versions of Donda. Mm-hmm. I have the first one that was at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. Then I have the second one, which is actually my favorite one that I still listen to. And then we have the final product that we have now. And I guarantee you it's going to change again. He's going to update it or do something to it, right? But like the visuals, like if you did watch the Apple Music, watching on Apple Music, it was pretty good, right? And I also think he wanted to break those records with Apple Music for being the most viewed and everything like that, because those numbers look good. Right now, his SoundScan, like, think about it. He missed 2.5 days of album sales, right? And he's still on record to do 350,000 first week, right? So that'll be the highest grossing week of 2021 for album sales, right? So we'll see like what Drake does. I'm pretty sure Drake's going to either do similar or exceed that, because like his album's been anticipated. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like it's a win for Universal because they both under the Universal umbrella, so it don't matter. But I do think that he kind of like hurt his it's funny, like how can he hurt his reputation even anymore or whatever like that? But I think that with certain people, like if you don't have the patience to understand what he's trying to do, because he is an artist, and I think he is a little bit on the spectrum, I think that you won't take it as him like trying to give us the best work. Like it's like, nah, he's doing this on purpose. Yeah. But I really just think he's just an indecisive artist, and he's like, it's not right yet.
Yeah. But you know what it was? If he hadn't had all these arrogant asshole moments before, I think I'd have more patience for this now. I think and you guys say it all the time, sometimes I have a hard time separating an artist from their work. A big thing with me is I don't want to hear your music if I feel like I wouldn't hang out with you. Mm-hmm. Or if I feel like, I don't know, I'm very big on like throughout my life, where I'm at in my life, like I wouldn't want to hang out with DMX, but young me at 14, I definitely wanted to hang out with DMX.
Yeah, you want to hang out with DMX?
No, right now. I mean, maybe now.
Well, I mean, time, not right now.
No,
right
but
now,
I mean more like.
I hope you.
I mean, like
but
20 in my 20s, understanding what X is demons and everything. You know, like that's not necessarily. But why X is so prevalent to me is because of who he was at the time. Who was?
I give you some six-pack DMX.
Yeah, Kanye had that for such a long time for me. Whereas, like, yo, I would love to hang out with Kanye. But then literally right around Yeezy, this whole... And also, I kind of feel like he has a God complex.
What, you think?
I think a lot of artists do.
But, all right, so
especially our rappers.
Before we get into that, like, because this actually just proves a point, this whole conversation, because we haven't even talked about the album, really.
Yeah. I was
like, this album, you know, all the antics of Kanye West is what led us here, right? Mm-hmm. But... digging into the actual album, were there some good takeaways, some bad takeaways for y'all? Like, what did y'all think of it?
So obviously, I'm happy that him and Jay-Z recorded a song together, right? I don't think they really missed. Like, their chemistry just is always going to work. I liked the verse that Jay-Z had where he was kind of like telling us a little bit about like where they're at right now.
Like he's saving this nigga.
Yeah, like he's like, yo, like, listen, Donda, I got your baby boy. We going home. Tell him take that red cap off. Put the red cap down. And he's like, yo, I'm judging Ye, but I'm not without any faults, anything like that. So Jay's acknowledging like, yo, I'm judging this man, but like obviously I'm not perfect either. But you really, what I'm saying, is on your bullshit. The song with him in The Weeknd was cool. Fabio Foreign had the verse of his life on the album.
Shocked.
Yeah, laid it all out,
bro.
That verse. Somebody called me and were like, "Yo, just listen to the Fabio verse," because I don't go looking.
I know you wasn't fucking with Fabio because of his verse on Spicy.
Oh, that Spicy verse sounds that verse is just crazy.
That was cool. I like the Roddy Ricch song. Obviously, Griselda being on the album was dope. The Locks being on the album was great, and him pairing the baby, Lil Baby, with The Weeknd on Hurricane is pretty dope to me. And I enjoy it. Like, I don't think Kanye West makes bad music. That's just my opinion. Some people might not agree, but I just think that it's not as good as his. Like, I don't think he's made a really good, solid, fully concentrated project since My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I feel like he's made good music. Like, he can't. I don't think he's incapable of making a bad song or bad music, but I just think that like he's spread too thin.
Yeah. So I'll say from what I've heard, because I only heard the second version, and I've heard bits and pieces in other people playing, because like I said, I don't look for it. The features are great. The features are great.
He's always been good at that.
There's one thing that I've noticed, and it's even looking at the pictures of him and Mike Dean back when they were doing, I think it was late registration versus now. And the amount of equipment and the way it says, I think Kanye has gotten to a point of simplicity where, and I think a lot of the music right now has, where it's reached this weird, some people find it cool not to fully mix their music or not properly engineer it to its best quality. And then there's the people who overdo it, which Kanye was, for me, that's what I loved about Kanye. Right. I don't like this weird mix that sometimes on the album it sounds like it's under-engineered in some places and engineered perfectly in some places. You do
know he purposely recorded the album in the stadium because he wanted to make sure the way it could sound when he goes on tour. So that was a big thing, because the way it sounds in the speakers in the studio versus how it sounds live is completely different. And that's something that was like really getting to him. So when I realized that's why he was literally living in the stadium and staying there and everything. And I was like, wow, okay, that's different.
Yeah, I mean, that's been him since Yeezus.
But Reg, do you have like highlights on or low points on the album?
I think Pure Souls is beautiful. Pure Souls is a great song. Junior, I can't get that shit out of my head. This shit with Playboi Carti, and I don't even like Playboi Carti like that. But this was a proper Eli smiling. This was a proper use of Playboi Carti. Like, this is how you use Playboi Carti.
He's a producer, man. He's going to produce.
This is how you use him. Jesus Lord is really good. Jesus Lord is good. That was a really brilliant way to sample Swizz Beatz just off a random Instagram.
Yeah, that's
live.
Funny. It
was like an IG live. He was just living life. Swizz is always just posting up, like stunting on IG. So like he had like his champagne. He just literally just blurted out, Jesus.
Yeah, question: funny, you think he thought of sampling we're gonna shoot their plane down shit from Swizz?
What?
The whole Drake and Swizz exchange? We gonna shoot their plane down when Swizz was drunk?
Oh no, I don't think
that would have been. If he would have, that would have been fire.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. But no, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of highlights on this. Remote Control, Off the Grid.
Don't talk about Remote Control. Big Draco might come out.
I know, right? Hurricane. So like there are some really good highlights on here. Jail could have been better to me. I do like the rock star vibe that he had. Do
you think it should have had more drum? A lot of people were saying that it's missing drums.
Yeah, and I think that's what threw Hov's whole flow off. It's like Hov was rapping, waiting for the beat to kick in. Like
I think he stripped them because if I'm not mistaken, the second version had drums, and I think he stripped the drums away.
Well, toward the end, the drums come in and it sounds amazing. Right. That's when nobody's rapping though.
Yeah.
But getting back to what did you say, Remote Control? How do we feel about? Did you guys hear the scrapped Soulja Boy verse?
That shit was terrible.
It wasn't even good, right?
No.
And it's just crazy that like Draco's on this whole rant about Kanye, fuck Kanye this, fuck Kanye that. And it's crazy because a lot of people talk about you know, how egotistic Kanye is and how much of a bad person he is, or this and that from the outside. But if like you're a Kanye fan, you've seen noble things he's done in the past. Absolutely. So like him stepping up for Soulja Boy back when he had the blog, when he had the blog and he was talking about, he was defending Soulja Boy because every hip hop artist was going at Soulja Boy.
Ice-T said Soulja Boy could suck a dick.
That
all
he's
that
not
shit.
real hip hop.
Yeah.
And Kanye wrote a whole blog post and was like, no, Soulja Boy is a definition of hip hop. Like he was like, yo, he's doing this, he's doing that. He found a way to trick YouTube. He found a way to like. He wrote a whole thing for him. And then Chris Brown said, fuck Kanye.
And you know that a year ago, Kanye West gifted that nigga with a car?
Yeah, for his longevity in the game. So it's just like, wow. I know niggas wanted to eat off these streams because this is 27 songs. There's going to be a lot of streaming money on this. But it's like, come on, bro. Like, that's kind of corny to come at this man.
I think it's a cool thing to pick on Ye. But, like now, you know, now we're waiting on Certified Lover Boy, so we'll see how those two titans do. But oh yeah, I'm sorry. One last thing, Baby Keem bodied his first on the album as well.
Oh yeah.
But let's, you know, you ready to wrap things up, Reg?
Yeah, man, we can wrap this up. In conclusion, I do feel that this album is very all over the place. Kanye takes you on his nosedive, and I mean, 2021, we want concise projects. Like this is just all over the place. It is.
It's not his finest hour, but I'm gonna take new music from Kanye West. I'm sorry, like I'm gonna take it. Like I can separate the artist from the man. I can do it with no problem. But I'm Taurian B.
I've been First Klass Regg,
and thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next time.
Drake got him.